Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another gameplay video. This time we got myself on the right playing Demigra Aggro, a deck I've grown really fond of really quickly over the past few weeks. And on the left, we've got my friend Chris playing Green-Yellow Broly. He is playing with the new Broly Errata in effect, but obviously there are no set 9 cards out yet. So with that being said, this is kind of like a pre-set 9 Green-Yellow build. So it's going to be a really interesting match. A lot of cool things to pull from this. Guys, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. Hit that bell so never miss a video. If you guys want to support the channel, lots of ways you can do that. Number 1, the Patreon down below, lots of competitive content if you're trying to up your game. Number 2, the Crosswell TCG merch store, which the stuff looks dope, by the way. And finally, guys, if you want to buy the cards you see in today's video, make sure to use my link to either TCG Player or Beer Collectibles. Both of those help the channel out a lot. So I go for the full mull here. I probably did not open a Poutine or the Demonic Overlord Demigra. You really need those in your starting hand, but luckily it's basically 8 copies of the same card. Like, you can open the Poutine, it's not as good as opening the Demigra, and luckily I do draw back into the Demigra. But drawing the Poutine's not too bad because you can always Dark Overwhelm it with the leader milling, Dark Overwhelm it, search Demigra you need, and then go in from there. Seeing who's up first here. Chris is definitely going to want to be first here because he is facing against an aggro deck. Broly can struggle against aggro a bit. He's going to charge a yellow and pass. I imagine he's not going to want to do too much aggressiveness here, or I guess too many proactive plays, I should say, because, Demigra puts the aggro on really fast. I charge a Super Kamehameha because against his deck, I know it's pretty much dead. I mean, he doesn't really have anything like Topo. He doesn't have anything like Vegeta the Cruel because he did charge a non-multi turn 1. And there he goes, charging the yellow and the green. So I just put a little bit of aggro on him and I pass turn. If I would have hit the Dark Power Black Mass Sand in my opener, which I do play 4 of, that would have been pretty cool. But he's going to swing at my leader, take a life, draw a card. It kind of sucks that he has to take life because he still needs to see new cards. He still needs to gain advantage, but him taking the life is actually helping my win condition, which is kind of unfortunate for him. But I mean, he's got to do what he's got to do. Luckily for Chris here, I'm not going to be able to awaken. So that's pretty good. One of the things about playing against Green-Yellow, though, especially Green-Yellow Broly, is that you have to play around Nimbus and you have to play around the Green-Yellow Broly Arrival at the same time, and doing that's really tough. So if I want to play around Nimbus here, for example, I have to attack with my battle cards first so that I get the maximum number of attacks. But if I do that, I leave myself open to the Green-Yellow Broly Arrival, tapping my leader, which is pretty unfortunate. Honestly, I think this is a misplay here on my part. I think I should have probably just... I think when you have to play around both cards, I think playing around Nimbus is the better one to play into. I'd rather him waste 2 cards from his hand, get my leader auto, mill the 3 cards, and go from there, rather than have my leader tapped with the Broly, if that makes sense. I know it's kind of a convoluted play line, but I think that's the way I'd rather do it. But Chris is not going to Nimbus here, nor has he Broly Arrivaled yet. He just wanted to combo out of the small Poutine attack. Now we have the Turles coming in for the extra pressure, and I'm not even going to activate battle here. I'm just going to leave it at a 10k attacker, because he still has to waste cards to not take damage, or he's taking damage. So he is going to drop the Broly Arrival here. At first, he's going to elect to tap my Gravy, but Chris and I are actually talking about this play. This is like, a home playtesting session, so we're talking through the best play line to make. I'm telling him it's much, much better to tap my leader here for the same exact reason I was telling you guys. I lose my leader draws, I lose my leader mills, meaning I can't overwhelm his turn. He's at 5 life, so he's just going to take the 1 damage, go to 4, and my turn's pretty much over. Sometimes people are a little bit scared of what the opponent can have, but when they're tapped out and I'm playing an Overwhelm deck, but I only have 1 card in my drop area, if you're able to tap my leader, there's not much to be afraid of. So that was definitely the right play. I'm glad we talked through that. Going back to Chris's turn, he does have his leader ability to awaken, and he has a 25k beater. So if I'm Chris right now, I'm just thinking board control. What can I do to control my opponent's board? He's going to go 1-drop Broly, activate the swap-like effect. Would have been kind of neat, actually, if they just said swap on the card, but, for whatever reason, they didn't. So Broly's going to go into Turles here. I'm going to let it go. It's not worth really saving it for 15k combo power. We're going to go Broly into Gravy here, and unfortunately, I'm at 5, so my super combos are not live. But Chris has a very effective turn here to just clear my board. So not looking too bad for him. And he gets to play the surprise attack Frieza, so he gets to crit me for a damage. And this is not bad here, because if I want to go into another Demonic Overlord... oh, and he's dropping the Chomp on it for the double crit, which is really good here, because if I want to go into another Demonic Overlord Demigra play, it's gonna cost me life to do that. So he does take the life to go with the Broly here. I kind of disagree with it, but I mean, he is in a position to put on a lot of pressure, and he does have Nimbus in hand, so that can almost guarantee he survives this next turn. He is at 3, so I'll have to somehow put that much damage through to win the game if he does Nimbus me. So we'll see what happens here. It looks like I'm getting ready to use the Demonic Overlord Demigra, and I charge another Super Kamehameha again. It's really just dead against his deck. It doesn't really do too much for me. I'm going to Dark Overwhelm out the Demigra 4-drop. Now, this is mainly a deck to play off of the Demigra Power Booster and the 7-drop Demigra, but you can Dark Overwhelm it for 3 by warping your entire drop area if it's all black cards. So he is going to Nimbus here, and I actually go for a board attack. I don't even go for a life attack because he is in the advantage seat here in terms of board presence. So he does Nimbus, and now he's going to have to discard a card for Nimbus, which I don't believe he's done yet. So that's going to be the... Does he not pitch for Nimbus here? Interesting. I might have missed the pitch for Nimbus if the Mutaito was the pitch. Otherwise, I might just still be under Nimbus. But I did use a lot of energy, so if Chris didn't ditch for Nimbus, that does make sense to me because I don't have too much I can do. Again, if I want to go into a Demonic Demigra play, it's going to cost me another life or 2. So that would be a really rough situation to be in. He's going to decide to save the Frieza here. Wants to save his board presence to try and kill me next turn. And I am going to go for the Demonic play. We're going to mill 2. We're going to take 1. I should have a Poutine in my warp, so that shouldn't be a problem. Definitely a lot going on in this game. We're going to search another Demigra. That play is so nuts, by the way. Just the fact that you can search the same play over and over again as you're resolving it is so crazy. We are overwhelming out the Trunks. So this, yeah, Chris definitely did not pitch for the Nimbus here. Because otherwise, I don't know why I'd be going so ham right now. We're going to go... Actually, he might have pitched for the Nimbus here. Sorry I missed that, guys, but that must be why I'm swinging into the board here. We're going to put 3 back into the drop. And it looks like I've used both my overwhelms for the turn. And I'm passing it back to Chris. Okay, so he definitely did Nimbus me. Fully, to its full effect. And he's getting his turn back with a lot of beaters, a lot of big beaters. I do have more cards in hand than him, but the fact that his beaters are so big there, it's going to cost me a lot of cards. And he's going to go for board control here, instead of trying to go for game. And I'm going to defend the Demigra here. He's going to tap the Poutine, swing of the Poutine. Drawing another Bully Rival is pretty good. I don't know if he has the exact cards to combo with it, to put it in play. So 15 of the Poutine, she is gone. That's an easy decision for me. He's going to use the leader ability to restand the Broly, and he's going to KO my Demigra. Again, good board control here, but he is putting himself to lower life to try and win the game here. 15 crit at the leader, so he saved all the crits for the leader swing. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I'm going to combo a Time Regulator Vegeta, basically telling him, hey, you got to have the double strike. I'm not going to 1. I will super combo here to save the crit damage. Let's see what Chris opts to do. Looks like he's debating on playing some of the Broly's in his hand. Looks like he's going to pass turn here. I think Chris could have focused more on actually trying to kill me this turn. It would have cost me a lot more cards in my hand to defend my life rather than my battle cards. So that might have been a good play here. But I'm going to actually play Time Regulator. And this is a card that not a lot of Demigra builds play. I personally like it. It works well for me. It kind of allows Demigra to transition to a bit more of a mid-rangey strategy, which I do kind of like. So this has to be going at leader, I imagine. He's going to combo out of it. We're going to bring out Mira. We definitely have enough in the drop for that. I just counted it. So I'm going to draw off the Mira and draw off the Vegeta. We're going to put some Demigras back in the deck in case I resolve some more Poutines. Draw off the Vegeta. We're going Mira into lead. I'm going to drop a super combo, and I'm going to leave it there because his hand is pretty low. and I don't want to lose to a Broly rival. And that's exactly what he's going to do here. He's going to Broly rival. He's going to kill the Mira. We'll see if I have plays to continue my turn. I do have my ability to put stuff back into my drop area with my leader. There's 3 back in the drop. We're going to overwhelm out Trunks, draw 2, warp a card. We are going to warp the Power Burst because I'm trying to win this turn. We're going leader into leader. I'm going to go to 25 because his hand is... Well, I'm going to go to 30. His hand is pretty low. I know that he has the 10k on the board. So I need to go above that to force the damage through. Oh, and Chris flashing the camera is double Wailing Spirit. And that's pretty much going to be the game there. Yeah, so Wailing Spirit's a really cool starter card for him, but it can be clunky at times just like that. You know, it's not like Successor of Hope where it's just as free as Successor of Hope, but it is a cool card nonetheless. But guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I think there were some good tidbits of competitive information to pull from those games. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Peace.